Welcome back to the Fandamentals podcast, where we talk all things related to sports from a fan's perspective. This is an opinion based show. If you don't like our opinion, you know what to do. But we would like you to stay and join us for the episode. Um, I got Gary, Adrian, the regulars with me. And we are going to start out by talking I had to get I got to get this off my chest. We've talked about this before. But why does LeBron James have to make everything why does he have to make everything why couldn't you just do a commercial? Did you have to make he's got to be bigger than the sport itself. All the time. Everything's he has to be the biggest thing. He can't just you couldn't do that 10-second commercial. Just put that 10-second commercial out. You had to make it this whole thing. Had to
The decision
put
part
out
too.
put out the
What else is he
tweet and
doing?
all
He's
of
not
that
playing.
and everything. Why couldn't you just put the commercial? Why did we need all of that? Why did it look
Because he's an attention, you know what I'm saying? He's an attention seeker. Let's just keep it 100. He didn't. He loves the attention. So if it ain't on him, he's like Jerry Jones. You gotta have the attention on him somewhere. It's too quiet without saying LeBron. So I heard about it yesterday, and I was just like, "Oh, he doing a decision too."
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it. So if anybody was thinking that he was gonna announce something special or retire or whatever, I'm looking at it like this. I'm just ready. Just go ahead and retire, bro. Just you know what I'm saying? Fly off into the sunset. You on top of your just
he can't
fly, fly, fly. We don't need the decision going
the
on.
attention won't be on him.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's afraid of.
So yeah, I think so. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't even know. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I heard about the decision too, and I still don't know what it was all about. So I didn't even look up to see what it was about today. I didn't care. Didn't really. I'm not about to fall into that little.
It was a 10-second Hennessy commercial. He partnered with Hennessy or something.
Oh.
It was. I mean, that's what it was. It was a 10-second Hennessy.
I'm glad
commercial.
I didn't
It was
care.
him pulling up in a chair, sitting down with a bottle of Hennessy.
I mean, most there's people that do that on a regular basis. They don't need your. Oh, good gracious, Lord Jesus!
And LeBron, we don't need you to promote Hennessy, man. I mean,
it's self-promotable. People are already on that.
Self-promotes itself.
Ain't nobody else gonna go out and go get Hennessy because LeBron James is promoting it. I mean, really, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, LeBron's promoting Hennessy. Yay! It's just like what I'm saying. We had Carmelo Anthony promoting. Was it the vodka that he was it 1800 or what was the other vodka? Something
I think it was New Amsterdam. I'm not sure, but it was
something like that. But he also had the little other commercials he's been doing where it was him and a couple of I can't think.
Yeah, but he didn't come out and make no
big. Exactly. Exactly. That's my point. It's like, who cares? You got an endorsement with Hennessy. Whoop-de-doo.
Hey, Michael Jordan didn't come out and make no big thing when he bought a NASCAR team. It was just like, oh, Michael Jordan has a NASCAR team.
Like for real. Like let's come on, man. Ain't no. He just loves attention, and he has to have it. He has to have it. He is a diva. He ain't Drake diva, but he's a diva. He got to be. You know what I'm saying? He got to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm done with it, bro. Whatever.
I mean, here's the thing, man. I think had he did it like maybe mid-season or earlier in the off season, I would have been okay with it then. But it's preseason basketball going on right now. Everybody's getting ready for the season, and you're like, okay, time for me to seek attention. All right, let's do this.
I'll be honest with you. I feel the same way if he would have did it in the off season, beginning of the off season, at the end of the year. I don't care.
I feel you.
You got endorsed by Hennessy. Who cares, bro? It's not that big of a deal. Like, so what? Shut up. Play basketball.
but he's
You
not
would have
playing
got more out of
basketball.
me.
That's the thing. That's
You would have got. But see, the thing is, you would have got more out of me if you would have said, if you did some decision announcement and you were saying, I'm coming back next year. Okay, that's something that people are looking forward to
Yeah,
hearing.
I would have.
Nobody's
Yeah,
looking forward to hear you talk about you got a Hennessy endorsement deal. That's just like saying that you did the decision too and say, well, I'm switching from Nike to Adidas. Who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? Like, or you read up on your Nike deal or something like this, like that. It's an
yeah,
endorsement. You got all these other ones. We don't care. We
yeah,
don't care. We don't
yeah.
care. You got all these people hyped up, and ain't nobody gonna talk about it after you done made your what's called, other than the fact that they gonna say, "What the hell was that?" Now, of course, you
Yeah.
got your LeBron fans that's probably gonna go out and buy their little LeBron Hennessy bottle or whatever they're gonna do with it. I don't know. He
I
might
don't
got a
even like
special
Hennessy.
bottle, special brand,
Hennessy
whatever he got coming
overrated.
out for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, come on, man. Like that is the biggest attention seeking I've ever seen in my life.
I think it's called marketing. I don't know. I
it
you guys act like it was so inappropriate or it was, but we're
it was
literally in the middle of the
annoying.
WNBA finals. We have hockey started last night. We've got
Yes,
we've got
But
football going on. We've got amazing playoff races in baseball.
yes,
And the two
yes.
and you
biggest
got
LeBron
basketball
haters are
preseason
just
starting
complaining
out.
about a commercial that he did. So
I didn't even know
if
about it
it's not
until
that
Big
big of
Will
a deal,
said
then why are
something
we
about
leading
it.
off with this? Because the
Hey,
haters
Big Will let off with it. I
always
wouldn't have talked
want
about it for. I
the
wouldn't have talked about it
opportunity
either
to
way it go
complain
because
about
I
it.
don't. Like
It
I
was.
said, like I said, I had no idea what it was even all about.
He
I
did a
heard about the
commercial.
decision too. Exactly.
That's all he
But do you know
was.
first? But do
Why is
you know the
everybody
first
losing
time
their
I
mind
am
on a
actually hearing
commercial?
about what the decision was right now. That's
Okay.
how uninterested about it I was. I ain't talked about it ever since. It was like I heard yesterday he was doing the decision too. My thought process was like, okay, whatever, and I went on about my day. I went to work. Got off work, got something to eat, ate my food, came here, sat down, and then Big Will came out with the information. And then he just told me it was a commercial. Whoop de doo. The problem I'm having is yes, we have all these other sports and stuff going on, and the NBA preseason is starting. If you would have promoted something about your son, I'd have been like, oh, okay, great, cool,
You
whatever. It's
don't
cool
understand
little
how
business.
marketing works.
No, I understand
No,
exactly like
So
marketing,
why
totally.
but
are we losing our
let's just
mind about a
but
commercial?
let's just keep it
If he
100.
had done
No,
this
no,
during
no.
the
See,
middle of
see,
the
hold up,
season, y'all would have lost
Gary,
your mind because he's not
Gary,
focused on the season, or he
Gary.
wants to take his attention
In
away
all
from the
honesty,
team.
in all honesty,
This is the
it
only
has
time
nothing
to
to
do
do.
it.
It has nothing to do with the commercial. That's fine. It's the
It
Okay,
fact
was.
that
It
you
was
had to
the
go out and put a
announcement too.
decision announcement,
but that
get
was part
everybody's
of the
hyping.
marketing.
I don't give a damn. You don't have to do it on your social media.
But
You could have
But
but
that's
just
what his
did the
social media is meant
commercial.
for. Social
Ain't
media is
here's
nobody
part
else,
of
ain't no other
marketing.
NBA player or athlete that you seen in a
Oh,
while do something like that. It's
I'm
egregious.
yeah.
gonna.
Come on.
That's the thing. What other
It's a little
player would have
egregious.
done that? What other
Would
player
have
would have done that?
would have what? Would have what about Peyton Manning and all of his insurance commercials? What about
He
He's
didn't
never
every
go on. He
other
didn't go
won.
online
professional?
and say tomorrow at 12 noon. I got a big decision. Peyton Manning.
Oh,
We didn't
I
see
think if
that.
we did some actual research, we would see that you're all wrong. That these are just
Now, if you talk about Omaha, that
famous.
wasn't even nothing he did. He was just saying the audible, and everybody else jumped on the bandwagon. That's a whole different story. He wasn't promoting anything.
I'm not
They just
talking
took it and
about
was like, "Yeah."
that specifically. I'm talking about these athletes doing commercials. And if they're using social media to hype up the commercial, then that's what
let's
the
just
tool
keep
is for. That's what
let's
social
Okay,
just
media was
let's
let's
just
invented
keep it a
let's
for.
buck
let's
though.
dive let's
Let's
dive
just
into
keep
the
it a buck.
fact that he used decision two. We all remember decision one.
Yeah, we
We all
remember
remember
decision
decision
one.
one.
Which
It
is
was a
exactly why he did it. It was a
Which
genius
was a
marketing move.
huge no decision one was a huge thing for him to announce his next little thing. That people didn't like that either. But at the same time, that's understandable. Okay, you got a big decision coming up. This ain't no big decision that you done
have
came up
we
with.
have we not
Nobody knew. Nobody was sitting here
It
pre-think
was a
talking about, man, I wonder
go
if
watch the
LeBron James is
commercial.
going to
It's
be
not
going
even a
to.
serious commercial. If you go watch the commercial, you can see that he's making fun of the first decision that he made. So It was
Yeah.
all
I
a
wasn't
play on
even
that.
talking about the. Well, hey, like I
That's all
said,
Right.
part of the reason.
everybody was. But the problem I have with it is everybody was talking about the decision too, and
That's
oh, he's gonna
right. Which
retire.
is why he did it.
But like I said, personally,
It's
I didn't
marketing.
care enough into it to even care the way
Okay.
it was at the end.
And you
I
were a
It
first heard about
small
what it
fraction
was when
of
Big
the
Will came out
public.
with it. So
it
yeah, but
was
at
it.
the end of the day, you could have just it just could have been a regular
But that's
commercial.
not how marketing works. That's all
Right.
I'm saying.
I mean, but we've seen a bunch of people just come out with commercials, and the commercial speaks for itself.
True. Gary, can you agree
Okay.
that if he
No, I
came out,
can't.
if
He's selling a
It's LeBron.
product.
It's LeBron James. He
He's
could have came out with a
utilizing,
Hennessy commercial without that whole entire thing, and inside the
it
commercial
would have,
made a joke about his decision and
yeah,
came up with it, and it would have
and
still
it would have
landed.
still been a big thing.
okay. I think whatever he would have done, you guys would have found some way to make.
No, I really would.
You
I
were.
really, like I said, I really
I'm going to
didn't
be
care.
honest. You're probably right, Gary.
You
I
guys
have to
don't.
agree with you.
I
You
really
guys
didn't
have
care.
to remove the hate that you have for this man.
I
Okay,
don't hate
just for
LeBron.
1 minute.
Hey, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
I'm just saying, like I said prior
You've
to it,
been on
I
for
heard he
11
had a
minutes
decision.
now, and that's
I was about
all.
to say, I'd heard he had a decision too. For me personally, I didn't care enough to even look online to see what it was all about. So
Cool.
until we talked, because it's a topic that we had to talk about, that we came up when we talked about, I'm talking about it now. But
I'm
other
just
than that,
saying, I thought
I
it was a
didn't care.
brilliant marketing decision
Of
because
course,
it got a
Gary,
lot of attention. I'm sorry it didn't get your attention, but like
I don't care
a
enough.
billion other people were
let,
wondering what the decision was going to be
let me
because of what happened the first time, and they
let me
made
ask
fun
you
of it,
this.
and it was a joke really about the initial decision.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Well,
Sure.
decide not to do it
Had
again.
had he just put had he just put the commercial out, do you think that we would not be talking about it?
Yeah. If he would have just said,
Like
"Hey, I'm
me,
endorsing this Hennessy product," no, it's the way
me.
the whole commercial and everything had to have the hype before the commercial was released
Did it?
because of the way that they did the commercial. If he would have just said, "Oh, I'm endorsing," come on, that's not showmanship because that's what marketing is. It's showmanship. We can't we can't be like, "Oh, you just got to hand the ball to the referee after you score the touchdown." No, he's doing
Somebody
some.
should have did that on
No, he's.
Sunday.
Like 3 players should have did that on
Instead of
Sunday.
dropping it before the 1 yard line.
Can we change the subject? No. Can we segue into something? No, that's all I'm saying. All it
Yeah.
was it was a marketing decision. It was a commercial, and I thought he did it right. But
What's
everybody has
okay?
their own opinion.
Okay, since we're talking about
It's an opinion
commercials,
show.
let's
Never
talk
seen
about this.
anybody market like that before.
What
But
was
hey, to each
what
his
was
own.
Everything.
probably one of the
Hennessy.
greatest sports commercials,
Well, you got
in your opinion?
okay. Jordan had
There's so
some
many
good
of
ones
them.
with Spike Lee back in the day.
Right.
It's got to be the
That's where I was
shoes,
going.
or I want to be like Mike.
That's where I
Um,
was going.
yeah, I mean the Magic and Larry Bird commercials for Converse back in the day were really good.
Yeah.
The Jordan and Bird one where they were shooting for the Big Mac or whatever, those were good.
That was probably one of
Grant
my
Yeah,
Hill
the
drink
favorites.
NBA's
Sprite.
had some solid. Yeah, NBA's had some solid
I
commercials.
love the Grant Hill drink Sprite commercial. That was dope. Where the
Yeah.
dude got hung trying to dunk the ball.
Now,
Well,
let me
even the
let me
NFL has good commercials now. I
yeah,
mean,
Bo Jackson had some good ones.
oh
Mhm.
yeah, the Bo Diddley. Yeah, those are all
Yep.
good
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
let me ask you this.
That's just
Had
another.
social media existed back then,
Mhm.
do you believe they would have tweeted, I got a big announcement?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely
If
not,
they
Gary.
didn't,
Absolutely
then
not.
whoever's in charge of their marketing should be fired because you have
Absolutely
a
not.
whole team of people. And I bet you LeBron wasn't even the one that decided to do that. I bet you he had
He's
a whole
probably not.
marketing
He
team that
probably
told him
ain't.
to do
He
that.
probably ain't.
I
But
agree. I agree with you on that,
let's
Gary.
just
I
be
agree
let's
with
Come
just
you.
on,
be
if you're
real.
not using social
Absolutely not.
media to help amplify your voice, especially as a pro athlete or a celebrity or something like that,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
just throwing money away because that's I
Yeah.
mean You've got literally, and this is where athletes have more of a voice than they've ever had in like the history of sports,
This is
because
true.
they don't have to wait for the journalist to interview them in the locker room and then go back and write the story and then release it. They can go straight to their studio back at their hotel or their apartment or their house and get on the podcast, or they can just pick up their phone and go live, on
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever.
But
So
there's one
they've
thing that
got
there's
they've
one
got
thing I
their
will
own
say
voice.
this, and I understand marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen LeBron market anything about his own shoes?
I'm sure there has been commercials for his shoes. I don't know. I don't remember any
Well,
shoe
he's had a
commercial.
bunch of Nike shoes that came out, and they gonna
Okay.
blow up regardless because it's LeBron James.
Okay.
He didn't need to even do the decision. I understand playing it. Once you break it down like that, I understand that whole part. I'm not gonna. But at the end of the day, it just excites people for something that's not really big,
Excuse me.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
the problem. That's what a problem a lot of people are gonna come with. It's like they're looking for something that is serious, and then you do this, and it's just like, really? Like,
Yeah.
you for
I I
Hennessy?
It
Come
was
I
on,
think
bro.
it.
Like,
brilliant.
really?
I think it was more for like the casual fans. Like I think that like us, like we knew that he wasn't going to retire, right? And I think the basketball purists knew that this wasn't a retirement thing, right? And look, I'm having fun with it, right? I'm having fun with it, and yes, I've always said LeBron has to make everything bigger than, like, he has to make him bigger than everything else. I've always said that. Um, and I stand by that. Do I get it? Yeah, I do. It's a marketing thing. I'm 1,000% sure that wasn't his idea. Like, I'm 1,000% sure that wasn't totally his idea.
True.
But I find it hard to believe that he doesn't want to be bigger than everything else. Like, he wants to be bigger than everything else. And when I look at so many of the other greats, they're not trying to always make them bigger than the and I could be
See, I
wrong,
don't
but
agree with
I,
that at all, man. I think that's part of that mentality that those superior professional athletes have over anybody else, is that they want to be better than everybody else.
well, Jordan definitely wanted to be better than
Oh,
everybody
absolutely,
else,
Jordan did.
huh?
Oh, we
And
talking
we're
about
the same.
competition?
Jordan
Yes,
just didn't have
definitely.
social media. But why does it have to stop on the court?
Yeah, but for Jordan, it did kind of, in a sense, because
Yeah, because he
Jordan
ain't
has
even
so
on
many
social
things,
media.
huh?
I said
No,
Jordan ain't even
Jordan's
on
not on
social
social
That's
media.
media.
because he's an old man. LeBron is
Oh, come
part
on
of
now.
this
Let's
generation
let's
now.
let's just stop with that because there's a
There's some
lot of
old
them
men
old
on
folks
social
that are
media.
on social media. Let's just
Magic
I'm
stop.
hey,
Johnson for sure
you know what?
uses social
Yeah,
media.
Magic stay on social media. He's
But
on
Okay,
social
yeah,
so
media
you're
all the
and
absolutely
time.
right.
Magic
You're
Johnson's
absolutely
older
right.
than Jordan.
You don't think
Yeah.
Magic? How many McDonald's restaurants does? How many commercials does Shaquille O'Neal have? I mean, there are
Commercials, but
so.
but he's not.
But you
But
don't think
here's the
that
difference.
Shaquille would use his social media to hype up one of the commercials or one of the ads? I bet you if I went on his Instagram right now, there would be links to whatever he's endorsing.
He wouldn't be like, okay, I got a huge announcement
Heck yeah, he
tomorrow at
would.
6 p.m.
If he's smart, he would. Come on.
He's
And
clearly
they,
smart
but
because
let's
he
just be
owns
honest. Yeah,
so
he
much.
owns so much, but at the end of the day, LeBron doesn't need to even do it. He's already got so
That
much hype and
we're
fan
saying
base behind
LeBron
it that
is.
all he got
Well,
to
I'm
do is
saying
post.
Successful
All he got
people
to do is
don't need
put
to
out a
do
commercial.
anything.
That's it.
I'm saying LeBron is so big. He's such a phenomenon. Like, he's so huge
Mm-hmm.
that it
He doesn't
doesn't
need it.
it doesn't matter. Like,
The
he's
man
that's
made a
going.
commercial. Oh my God.
Okay.
Well,
Did a
see, the
commercial
problem that
and
a
then
lot of
used
people are
his
going to run with
platform
is the
to
fact that
hype his
yesterday
commercial.
nobody knew it was a commercial. Yesterday it was
Exactly.
and
That's
I
what made it
understand
so
the marketing.
brilliant.
And this is, but also people have to understand there's consequences within all your actions. So if
What
you pulled out something
consequences?
like
You sell more.
just listen to it. Listen to it. If you do something and people are expecting something important is something and they're looking forward to it, and that's what you do, you're going to receive a backlash from it from a lot of people. It's just what comes with that territory. I mean, you got everybody hyped up for something, and then all of a sudden, this is what you pull out, and then they're gonna be like, "Really, bro?
Fam,
We didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
need
You
this.
had me glued to watch
We
this,
thinking that we about to have some real
and
big thing, and it's just a
it's
dang commercial about you, and people are going to feel some type of way. It's
well,
just human
it,
nature. You get
it
somebody
works.
hyped up for a letdown, and they gonna have a problem with that letdown that you just
It works.
hyped them up for.
It works both ways. It works both ways.
Yeah.
So it works in the sense that the people that adore LeBron or just don't have a problem with LeBron will say it's brilliant, which it is, right? And then people like me who just kind of get annoyed by him being bigger than everything else, and we could call it
There you
hate. I mean,
go.
I'll eat that. We could
Yeah,
call it
you can
hate,
call it hate, or you can just call it like real. There's people that really be like, we
but I
want to hear
just
something
didn't.
important, but this is what
Right?
you did.
You
You
But
ain't
they're not
moving nothing.
playing
You
right
just
now. What's
making somebody.
important?
Preseason just
There's nothing
started.
important. There's
The
nothing
preseason
important to
just
talk
Sunday.
started.
about in basketball right now. So
That's true.
like,
That's
hey,
not
I
what
ain't got,
that. But
ain't
that's
got
not
nothing else
basketball, so I
going
don't
on.
want to talk about
Ain't
that.
got
Go
nothing
ahead.
else going on. So I'm going to go
He
ahead and
needed.
hype this commercial for this brand
Hey,
new
he need
tennis
to he
season
need
I'm
to do
endorsing.
like he need to do like he do before he goes to every playoff. Then go 0 dark 30 black on your what you call it before you get to the playoffs. He always turns off his social media before he goes in his playoff. Hey, do that and get ready for the season. You
So
right
for the
here,
whole
right at the
season you wanted to
beginning of
do
the
that?
season. Just go black and then get ready for the season.
You just
You ain't got to
don't
worry
want to.
about nobody, what everything. Just watch. He's a big football, baseball fan. Watch your sports.
Oh yeah, he is,
I
and
don't
He's a
think.
soccer,
huge
and
he's
Come
a
soccer
on, did
too.
you
huge
see the
fan.
commercial?
Hey,
It's not like there was a lot of
no,
production value on the
I didn't
commercial or
I didn't
anything.
see
Oh
the
So
yeah,
I'm
there
sure he was
commercial.
wasn't. There
still
wasn't.
able to
Yeah,
watch all of his sports. So
I didn't
yeah.
see the commercial or the social media post.
I'm
I
gonna send
heard
you the
about it.
commercial,
So
Adrian.
I know you're not. I'm not gonna watch the commercial. I'm not gonna waste my
go
time. If
for
it
it.
come on TV, then that's fine. I'm not wasting my time on that. It's not. No,
Fair
I don't
enough.
care.
Cool.
Fair enough.
I'll
Um,
watch him on TV like Carmelo popped out with his endorsement of drinks. Okay, it's on
yeah,
TV. It's great.
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. We have. I mean, there's so much sports though. Like you said, hockey started last night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Baseball postseason. That's been super interesting. Marlins just lost. I was kind of disappointed in that. I really want them to beat Detroit. They just lost. I'm kind of surprised the Phillies. They're kind of they're not doing what I thought. Uh, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Yankees. I mean,
Yeah.
Toronto. Toronto looks to be the dominant team. I know last night was kind of different story, but um, and then the Brewers in Chicago. Last time I looked, Chicago was up,
Chicago's up
and
by a
then
couple runs. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's been good. I so far my favorite series has been the Marlins and Detroit Tigers series because game one, watching that game, you thought Seattle had the upper hand, and and you know, Detroit just they slipped in and stole that one. They stole that game two big home runs. I think one in the third inning and one in the fifth or sixth inning. Just kind of regenerated, um, regenerated them, and then we saw, we saw in last night. I think that was last night's game. They were just dominant over Detroit for the most part. Ninth inning, Detroit kind of got some momentum. It was kind of like a who is Seattle going to get it out of the bullpen, and then today it was just one of those things where I think it just came down to pitching. It's like, all right, let's now we got game five. Let's kind of start from scratch, and they're going. Seattle's going home. So that's
Yeah.
been my favorite series. What you got, Gary?
Oh, the thing that I've enjoyed the most about this divisional series right now, other than the Yankees getting destroyed in the first two games, because I don't like the Yankees, But I think it's really interesting because we've had some really good performances by just about every starting pitcher in this divisional series so far, and also every closer. The fun part has been in between the starting pitchers and the closers because
Closers, yes.
these bullpens, um, you don't know what you're going to get because
Right.
there's a lot of teams that are like the Yankees came back because of the poor bullpen
Bullpen,
performances by
yes.
the Blue Jays last night, or the Blue Jays would have swept. And I think we'd be talking about Aaron Boone not being the manager of the Yankees anymore. You know, if they would have
Yankees,
been
yep.
swept, so they might have saved
Agreed.
him his job. But yeah, that's a. But there's so much. I mean, I was watching the Dodgers, and I thought that they would let Shohei go deeper into his start, his first start in playoffs in his career, he's checking off another block from his just
Yeah,
ridiculous career so far, and he's only been playing for about 6 years. But now
yeah,
he goes in and he like shuts down the Phillies offense, So you're like,
yeah.
geez, what is it? What's up with this? But unfortunately, Roberts pulled him like in the fifth inning, or I think he would have gone deep, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
I was surprised by that though,
Well,
pulling them.
he said that they had a game plan and they stuck to it. So
Okay.
sometimes it just makes me wonder if Roberts is really in charge of that team or not. That they could just plug anybody in a manager.
In there, yeah.
No disrespect to Dave Roberts because I've respected him as a player and as a manager,
Right.
for so long. Going back to the 2004 series, but when he was a Red Sox. But yeah, it seems like they could just put anybody up in there, and he doesn't really have any control over his team, you know.
Team, yeah.
But he doesn't need to, And the Dodgers are so conflicting because I'm raised to hate the Dodgers because they're division rivals, but every one of their players is amazing. I love
That's the
I
that's the
love
thing.
Mookie Betts. I love Freddie. I love all of their players so much. Shohei, I'm such a big fan of Shohei Ohtani. And I
Yeah.
mean, I'm even a big fan of Dave Roberts, but they're the Dodgers. So I'm like, I hate
Right.
you, but I love you,
Yeah.
so I don't know what to do. Yeah. But yeah, this whole season. And did you see the Mariners game where Raleigh hit the home run and the fan had the shirt on that says dump 61 here?
One. And then
And he caught
yes.
number
And
61.
one.
Wasn't
Oh
that
wow.
And
insane?
then
Oh
switched to
wow.
62.
Then he had a shirt on underneath that
He
said
had a
dump
shirt that said
62 here.
62.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I saw that.
The best fan in the history of
That's
I
pretty
saw
dope.
it.
I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's
Yeah.
been fun baseball to watch. And it's been nice actually being able to see it because it's not on in the middle of the night, unlike, these hockey games that came on
Exactly.
last night.
Like I've been able to like even even though I'm at work, but I've been able to like watch
Yeah.
on my phone what's
Yeah.
going on, right?
Why
And
can't the other leagues do this? If football's doing it on Sundays and baseball's doing it in the playoffs, why can't they do this all year round where you actually get to see games? Because they used to have to do it in Chicago because the Wrigley Field never had lights until like 30 years ago, you
go,
know?
yeah,
So
literally,
they
yeah,
had to play day games.
yeah.
So why aren't we going back to day games? Why are so many kids and old people like me not being able to watch half the games that are on
Yeah, we're
television?
being deprived of something so
Being
good.
deprived of amazing stuff happening because
Yeah,
it's coming on so late.
yeah,
Yeah. But no, yeah. These playoffs are fantastic.
they are. Yeah, that the I don't, in terms of we're speaking on baseball's always been kind of one of those, the games will start at 1 and they'll play all day. Even hockey will do that, right? Every other league, hockey would do that from time to time where they have like earlier or during the day. And when I say like during the day, I mean like start at like 5, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. They,
where
they
it's
played good games
yeah,
yesterday. Yeah.
yeah. Um, but I don't know why NBA. I don't know if it's the TV deals
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's that's
it's
it's
gonna
got to
Yeah,
be a
be
huge portion
it's
of
yeah,
gonna
it.
be 90% of it.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Because what I be honest with you, the way I think it's really because the NBA makes most of its money off of all those games. And they want as many people to be able to watch their games. Like, you got 82 games. They're gonna spend most of their time like on the weekend. I could definitely see them doing some the games during the day and actually
Yeah,
broadcasting it
they
on
do.
TV.
Yeah, they
That would
do
be
it.
great. But I guess during the week, it's kind of one of those things to where it's like everybody's at work. Well, we want as many viewers as we can possibly get. What time frame do we have to play games and then get as much people a part of the games? And I
Yeah,
think that's where they're coming from. And most of the time, it's the evening, nighttime. That's where people are at home. Evening games, you know, the earliest games I think start at like 6 o'clock. And I just think that's where it's at now. The NFL, they got it really perfect, to be honest with you, because all their games happen at 12 o'clock on Sunday, and it
Yeah,
plays
yeah,
all
I
day
guess
long on
day of the
Sunday.
week. Yeah.
Every majority of people are off work on Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
Hmm.
people, they can just sit and watch. That's
right,
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with the NBA, they don't really they play Sunday games, but it's not televised, like
right,
because the NFL takes up all the TV deals most of the time or whatever, so they're gonna air most of those. And of course, when the NFL is kind of over with, that's when you start seeing NBA on NBC early in the day, things like
hmm,
that. But I think that's what it is. Like NBA knew most of their marketing and most of their time slots is going to be more at the end of the day because more people are at home. So let's get as many viewers as we can versus we're going to be out here playing all day long, but a lot of people ain't going to be able to view into the game because so many people are at work. They're not able to see it. Some
right,
don't care. Baseball is kind of great with it because baseball plays day games and then you might get a night game. They might play twice in a day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So if you didn't catch the day game, well, here's a night game that's on. And baseball sets it up perfectly. Play 160 something games in a year. I
yeah,
could double up all day long. And
yeah.
so,
Well, and also baseball. Historically, we've enjoyed going to the baseball game,
Yeah.
right? And I think
Yeah.
a lot
mhm,
of that is because they generate so much money from. Not saying NFL and NBA doesn't, but baseball. It's something different about being at a baseball game. Like, for example, a couple years ago when the Rams played Dallas, I went to that game, right, at
mhm,
AT&T Stadium, right. I went to that game, and while going to a football game is an experience, it's not something that I would regularly do.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want season tickets to an NFL game, right?
right.
Um, an NBA game is kind of the same way. Like, I can go maybe 2 or 3 times a year and be cool. Um,
Mhm,
but baseball is one of those things I enjoy being at the baseball game so much, like being at the ballpark. Even if it's just going to go watch, the Round Rock Express, the the atmosphere at a baseball
I was
game
gonna say,
is
Yeah.
so much better.
this just has a different atmosphere than all
What?
the other
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
I think baseball's special because you can hear what's happening, especially if it's a good announcer. And
Hmm.
all of the famous
Color
announcers,
commentating.
baseball announcers like Vin Scully and Bob Costas. And
Costas,
I
yes.
mean, you can sit in your office and listen to a baseball game and know what's going on just as well as if you're watching it on television. If
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
football is close, because there's some great football radio guys out there and stuff. But basketball, I can't follow basketball on the radio. I can't follow hockey that well on the radio, even if it's a good announcer. Um, so with baseball, especially during its heyday, um, people didn't have to catch it on TV. They could listen to
Mhm.
it, or like you said, well, they could just go to the game. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many games that you can literally just walk up to the gate and buy a ticket and get in,
Yeah.
And with football, that's not happening. I mean,
No.
No.
the Packers are sold
No.
out like for the next 50 years, or there's like a 3 generation waiting list for season tickets or something
Yep.
ridiculous like
Right.
that. So I think that's one of the big differences is
accessibility.
how you can absorb it, if you want to call it
Right.
that, and that's the biggest thing that baseball has going for it, And
Right.
if you've got a good announcer, then you don't need a television. But at the same time, baseball makes most of its money because there are so many games from its regional affiliates, as
Right.
opposed to football, who makes most of its money from the uh, the national affiliates,
The national,
ESPN
yeah,
stuff
that
like
that
that.
makes sense too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they have to cater to the time zone that's actually
Yeah.
specific to where they play. Where the NFL
Yeah.
is just like, no, we have to figure out what's best for everybody. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, our country covers 4 time zones, so
Zones. Right.
somebody's going to be out of luck.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I was last night when my Avalanche came on at 10:30 at night.
Night. Yeah. 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 I mean, I think I don't think there's anything that can be done to change it. I think
Nah.
it kind of just is what it is right
Yeah.
now, and that's
Yeah.
you got to accept it or not accept it.
Yeah.
But
Just got to
you
take
would
naps.
think, huh?
Take naps during the day.
Yeah,
You
take a
stay
nap.
up. That's what I did
Take a
yesterday.
nap. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. Sometimes you have to do that. I
Yeah.
know that. I know that even like for, look, let's be realistic. As you get older, for me, the older I've gotten, I just can't stay up as late. I have to prepare myself when the Rams have primetime games. I have to,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you when I went to go watch the Rams 49ers game, my point in going out to a bar was because I'm not going to fall asleep at the bar. At
Right.
home, I might.
Right.
Like, and so these are things that I systematically plan out, right? Look,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
by the time that game goes off, it's closer to 10. Usually 9:30, I'm out of there. It's a fight. It's a fight to finish those games. Um, but I I think it's just something that we've just, you got to adapt to. Times change and TV deals are taking over.
Yeah.
Now, my big issue, something that I think can be fixed and that they can change, is this whole, well, we're going to have games on, like when they did the Black Friday game or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we're having them on Amazon Prime, and we're having them on
Yeah.
Netflix, and we're having
Or
them on,
Peacock or something.
all
Yeah.
these different things. Why? Why are you doing this to your fan base?
You're
Yeah.
pretty much locking them behind some kind of paywall,
Yeah.
keeping people from
Yeah.
being
Why
able.
are you doing
Those.
this to
Yeah.
your fan base?
Because
Yeah.
That's where my big issue lies.
yeah. It's
Yeah. I mean, I
it's
definitely agree with that.
all money. Yeah.
Like I,
Uh,
I happen to have Netflix, and I happen to have access to Peacock.
Prime and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and Prime and all of that, right? But if I didn't, I'd be really pissed off. And to some of your average consumers, they can't afford that.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So you're saying, we only want certain people to be able to watch us? Because you gotta go back.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well,
you,
and
you
yeah, that kind of shows you where they're, you know, who they really care about is the people who are paying to see them. In
Yeah.
reality, I mean, there's no other way. Otherwise you would have it on traditional terrestrial television.
yeah.
Where I can put some rabbit ears on my television or an antenna outside and be able to catch all the
Yeah.
football games. But yeah,
Well,
I literally have to go on Google sometimes to figure out how to watch the game that's coming on. You know,
right.
I'm like, I don't even know where
Yeah.
to find this thing.
Yeah.
it's
It's really terrible. It's
it's
really terrible. Like,
it's really bad this year. I think the NFL has just totally messed it up.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's where baseball wins, because baseball still cares about the
viewership.
the average person.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
still care about the average person. Like you can, depending on who you're going to go watch, You can get good seats
Mm-hmm.
at a baseball game
Yeah.
for 50, $60, you know,
Yeah.
at a, and the average ticket price to go see a football game is,
Could be
you
upwards of a
know,
I would
hundred,
see Taylor Swift
hundreds of
concert
hundred
or
yeah.
something.
dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
There's,
and
yeah.
you're, some people are paying $400 to go see a Cowboys game once in their life,
That's
one
crazy work.
time in their life,
That's
you
insane.
Wasting
know,
money.
Mm-hmm.
wasting
Wasting money, bro.
money.
Nice.
Oh my
you
bad.
know,
I said that out loud. My fault.
I look. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I have looked up. I have looked up online. If you saw my search history, it's ways to go about getting media tickets.
Oh, right on. I
Because
used to go to Mary Hardin Baylor games all the time when I was still living in Texas and stuff because
yeah,
they were just giving the press
Yeah.
passes out, and I would
yeah,
just show up to that gate right behind the stadium
mm-hmm.
and be like,
I know
"Yeah, I'm
exactly what you're
Gary with
talking about.
KNCT, and we don't cover college football," but they didn't know
Yeah,
that. I was like,
exactly.
and I'm standing on me and a guy from the Herald one time. We went out there, and they went to the middle of the field to do the coin toss and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It was for like a Veterans Day game or something, so it was a big deal. And me and the Herald guy look at each other, and we're like, "Hey, you want to follow him?" So we literally walked out onto the middle of the field with all those guys, and we're able to take pictures of and all the rest of the press people were like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, what's the worst thing
yeah,
I do? Say no.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but that's a good idea. There's lots of cool games out there that you could probably get into if you just
yeah,
know the right people. Yeah. Ask
yeah.
Dan Hole.
So,
He could
Oh
probably
yeah,
get you some
most
press
definitely.
passes.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
man.
that's the only
Why
way you
not?
could afford them sometimes.
Exactly, exactly. I
Mm.
I I remember when me and you went to that Baylor game.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
vet
I
ticks.
remember.
That was veteran
Yeah.
tickets.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
I
got that
remember.
through.
And you know what? That was to this day that's still one of my favorite stadiums.
That
Like
was a
that.
fun
The
stadium. That was
Yeah.
fun. The fans sitting in front of us and all the stuff. It was fun watching the home team fans and how they
Yeah.
play. I love college football atmosphere. And that
Oh
was like
yeah.
Stephen A. Austin or something like that. So it wasn't like they were
Yeah.
playing a good team, but the whole traditions, like the freshmen and the
Oh
students running
yeah.
out onto the
How they
field,
ran out there like that.
that
Yeah.
That's
was
pretty
so
That was.
dope.
cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best thing about college football. I want to
Yeah.
go to every college football stadium and just experience their fandom, like
Right.
if you go to a West Virginia game and they're doing like the Enter Sandman before the game starts and stuff like
You
that,
st-
or
right.
Clemson when they run down the field and stuff, or run down
Yeah.
that big hill. I mean,
Yep.
the
Hmm.
12th man in Texas
Yeah.
A&M, there's so many
Yeah.
cool traditions.
Florida State with the
Oh
with the
yeah,
This is
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So and
All
so
of that.
yeah, that
Yeah.
Baylor
Got
game
some
was
good
so much fun.
traditions on that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or
For
see
sure.
Ralphie run out into Folsom Field in Colorado.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be so cool. I lived in Colorado all my life growing up, and I never went to a Boulder game, because
No.
no, we were poor, man. We couldn't afford that stuff.
I mean, I've been here in Texas for I don't know how many years, and I haven't been to one UT game. I've never been to a Baylor game.
Yeah, that
I've
was
No.
the
never
only
been
Baylor
to
game
none
I
of
ever
them.
went to was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it's
we
just
went
like,
to an
and
Armed Forces game. That's that was the only bowl game I ever went to because that was given out because of my veteran status,
Yeah.
and that was Jared Goff's last game in college. That was really
Oh
fun.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when he played for
Yeah.
Cal.
Cal. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was I think my first college football game I ever went to was I was
I
almost
I
15
try
years.
I try to encourage people to experience
Yeah,
try to have some experiences like that at live events. I remember when I lived in El Paso, like UTEP, although they sucked, the the stadium was like really cool because it's
I'm
like
sure.
right
Yeah,
there. It's literally in the mountain.
yeah.
Like it's
Oh yeah,
in,
that is a cool
yeah, it's
stadium. Yeah.
inside of a mountain, so
Hmm.
it's really really cool. Even like going to go see the El Paso Chihuahuas, which is the like one of the feeder teams for San Diego Padres.
Cool.
Um, like great experience. So it doesn't have to be like one of the pro leagues, you know. Just
Right.
like I just encourage everybody to try to experience like the Texas Stars games at
those are so much fun. That's such a cool.
Such a great environment.
That
So
HEB arena
fun.
is out that we were talking about, the HEB arena in Cedar Park.
HEB Arena,
Yeah,
yep.
that's a great venue. I love that
Yeah.
place. It's so easy to get there.
Yep.
The parking
Right
is
off.
never an issue. They've
Nope.
got some of the best. I had every time I go to a different stadium, I try their nachos because I love nachos.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, because I had you buy me, I bought the tickets for the Baylor game, and I was like, all you gotta do is buy me nachos, man.
Yeah.
but that's all I do. You know, I've been to the Round Rock Express, had nachos there. You know,
Great
watched
game.
the fireworks after the Friday night games and stuff there. Yeah, there's those little venues are the best. I mean, when I was stationed at Fort Huachuca in Arizona, we were right up the street from Tucson, and they had spring training there, and the Mariners and the Rockies and the Giants, and that was when Ken Griffey and Jay Buhner were playing together. And you would go to the mall like on a Saturday, and you would see Larry Walker walking down in the record store at the mall and stuff. It was pretty cool, man.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
You mentioned record store, man. Memories.
Yeah, right.
Record
Damn
stores. Yeah.
Oh
Nobody,
man.
I mean, like
man.
the memories I have of going into a record store and just looking. Like you could spend so much time just looking. You didn't even have to buy nothing.
Between the record store and the arcade and like KB Toys or Toys R Us. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Those are good, great pastimes.
And a pretzel.
Yep. Get a pretzel. Yep.
Oh, I love malls so much.
I think. Let me see. Hey, do you remember Renaissance Records?
Yes, I was about to say something about that.
Yeah, Renaissance Records on Forehead Street.
Well, that guy actually he moved to Salado. The guy who owns Renaissance Records.
Did he?
He moved to Salado, and he actually was a Founders Club member for KNCT for a couple of years.
Did not know that.
Yeah, this was right after Dan had retired.
Okay.
I had become the program manager, and that was one of the first people we signed. He did like a half-year thing, and he insisted because him and Dan, I guess, knew each other, but he insisted that Dan cut the spot for the Founders Club mention and everything. But
oh wow,
same
That's
dude.
dope.
Yeah, he was running it out of Salado now and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Renaissance Record. Yep, I remember.
Me and Adrian, you have spent some time together in that record store.
Well, and the funny thing about that is one time when we were doing a pledge drive, we had Chancellor Yiannopoulos on, and he went to Killeen High School, and he used to talk about going to Renaissance Records back in the day and stuff. Yeah. And he served in like Vietnam and stuff. So I mean, that's an institution right there.
Yeah,
because
that's amazing. I don't think you guys have stories about it too. That's so cool.
So that where it was located when we were in high school. Before that, like back in the 80s, Renaissance Record was actually way up closer to Rancier. It was closer to where Mission Taco.
So maybe that's how he knew about it because he was at school up there.
Yeah. Right. So back in the 80s, it was actually located where the Mission Taco on Fort Hood Street was. And then in the 90s, I want to say 1993.
I thought it was one right down here on Rancier by where IGA was at.
Yep, he did.
They had one there too.
They opened one there, a second one over there on that plaza. Where IGA
real
small one.
Real small.
I remember going there too.
Yeah. But gosh, the memories, man. The memories, man. Golly. But back to
they got record stores.
But I did.
That's so cool that some of that stuff's coming back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I love record stores coming back.
Matter of fact, like
a whole thing of records right next to me right now.
But like I remember how we was talking about like a lot of things is kind of popping back up. Like remember we was talking about. I remember Gary had mentioned about like the trading cards.
Oh yeah,
they used to be trading cards places all over Killeen. One by the mall.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have one.
Yeah, I remember the one by the mall. Yep.
Yeah, now they got a new one that's on South Fort Hood Road.
Yep, trademark. I've been in there a couple times.
That joint is, man, that is
I love
nice. I
Every
love going
time-
in there and just seeing all those. Man, it's just nostalgia all day long over there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
No, if
Yeah.
you go, okay, here's a hidden secret because I'm a big baseball card collector. And look at
Okay.
this. This is Desmond Howard, by the way.
Oh
Cool
wow.
Washington
Nice.
Oh,
Redskins.
nice.
But
Yeah.
they if you go to Walgreens, they have like these like throwback cases. They're only like $5 because baseball cards are so expensive right now. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But
A lot of them are.
they have these throwback sets, and you can get cards like Desmond Howard in these little packs, and it's just got a variety of stuff. And it's only $6. And every time I go to pick up my wife's medication, part of my fee for getting her stuff is grabbing a bunch of them
Get a
baseball
couple of
cards.
cards. Yeah.
Nice.
I might have to go to Walgreens and see if they got it all over because sometimes they don't be having the
Yeah.
same.
They're usually
thing.
in the toy section. Yeah. So if you can, get past, the stigma of being a grown adult in the toy section of Walmart, Walgreens.
I don't care about that. I got a
Yeah.
nephew I'm
Either.
buying
I
for,
love it.
niece I'm
I'll
buying
sit there
for.
and stare
Got
at
all
the
kinds of excuses. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
I'm buying for my niece. You know what I'm saying?
I've got 3 daughters, man. But
Yeah.
See, I can't play the daughter card no more. My daughter's 19, so I can't.
But they don't have to know that.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
That's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying?
My youngest is 24, so
yeah, that's
you
true.
Know what?
I know nothing about that.
The thing is, even if you go back and like look at, like the whole card industry, right? I think for the most part, it was more adults that bought cards than kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kids, but I think it's always been like an older thing, like in terms of you were a teen or an adult, because you understood it in a different way. Like,
well, the kids were the stupid ones. They used to put them in the spokes so it would make the crazy noises with the bicycle and stuff.
right.
We did it with cans, though.
My dad used to tell me, because he would collect like Yankees from the 60s and stuff, and he would put them all with a clothespin in his tire, and I'm like, Dad, that card's worth $85,000 now and stuff, and you see his whole face go
like you ever
shades of white.
That's always been the craziest thing. Like they used to be buying like the bubble gum packs, you know what I'm saying, for 5 cents back in the day. And
I used to buy them for $0.25 a pack. Yeah. My grandma
and
sent
you buy it
$5 one time, and I had a whole box almost of Topps football cards.
And it's like how insignificant that was to them at that time. Like, we just get the bubble gum, throw away the card, or whatever they did with the card. And then you look back on it, it's just like you should have kept that bubble gum pack card because that mug is worth a bunch of money right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I have one of the Randy. I have a Randy Moss card. But it's the card with the game worn jersey, a piece of game worn jersey. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even worth a lot now. I think right now it's like worth $8 or something, right?
Now it's all about the one of ones and stuff there.
Right.
Totally
exactly.
unique.
Right.
this is the only card that is of this player at this time.
And they have to be sent in to be with the little
be graded
the
and
gym,
stuff,
the grades, and all that. Man, this thing gotten so much of a deep game now. I'm like,
you got that.
I've got a whole database subscription that I keep track of my cards with and stuff.
But 30
years
30 years from now,
I'm mad because I missed
my grandkids have that card. Who knows? You never know. So now, as we're older and we understand the value a little bit, of maybe keep that one. You know what I mean?
Like I still have the very first Beckett with Jordan on it, the basketball Beckett with Jordan on it.
Oh, nice.
I still got it. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. I was looking around, but it's in plastic somewhere around here. I can't remember where it's at. But that's one of my prized possessions. I remember I bought that at a baseball card store in like the 80s and just kept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually, my mom kept it because she's amazing. And yeah, so I've got
There you go.
I've got Wade Boggs rookie, I've got Elway's rookie, all these guys that I got from the wax packs,
Yeah.
from pulling it
Nice.
from the wax pack, with the gum and everything back in
Yeah.
1983 or 1984. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Mhm.
Well, I think we've mentioned it before. Like when you pull the cards, because I told myself, I said I'm finna get into collecting again. Like it's been years, but when I
That's where
walked
I'm
into
at.
that shop, the shop you were referring to, Adrian, when I walked in, I was like, oh yeah, I got to get into this.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fun in
But
there, isn't it? It's
yeah,
something about it.
but
Oh,
Yeah.
one,
it's crazy.
but
Yeah.
here's where I'm stuck at. I don't know if I'm stuck between whether I want to do basketball or baseball.
Do
Why you
any
have
of
to do
them.
one or the other, man? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
fair.
I've got Walking Dead, I've got Star Wars, I've got baseball, I got football, I got hockey. I've
Oh
got a
wow,
whole my wife builds stuff. I told you guys in
yeah,
previous episodes that she's really handy. She's got a whole she shed outside with
got you.
Old
that's
school
Oh
Shaquille
Shaquille.
O'Neal.
That's what I'm talking about. I love that.
yeah,
That's yeah. See, those are so cool. I've got a couple Shaquille rookies from back when he was with the Orlando Magic that are just
yeah.
I really want to get my hands on some real old school stuff. Not to cut you off or anything, man.
no,
I
yeah,
really wanted to get my
no.
hands some old school packs. Now, I ain't gonna go back. I
I'm
want
gonna
to
give
get
you
in that
one.
96, 97 and get some old Kobe's and Allen Iversons, but
Yeah.
yeah, they ain't happening.
I
I ain't
got
spending $300 on them boxes.
I I got cards to give you. I still got to get to you, and they're not worth nothing, but I think you would still want them.
Okay,
Oh
I
yeah, I'll
want to
take. I
show
mean,
you
49ers, man. Gotta
my
get all of them.
favorite card. It's kind of a weird one, but I grew up a Nuggets fan, and
Nice.
when I was growing up, every Nuggets card I got, I would keep in a special box, right? And that
Box,
box
right?
went. Even when I joined the army and I was traveling, I was in Europe and stuff. I had my box of Denver Nuggets basketball cards,
Okay.
and one day I woke up and my barracks were right across the street from a gym on base on Patton Barracks in Heidelberg, Germany, and there was a bus
I've been
outside,
there.
and there was an ambassadors of basketball like tour happening,
Yeah.
and artist Gilmore was there. There
Oh
was
wow.
and Walt Davis, Denver Nugget great, was there, and I had his
Oh,
rookie
Okay.
card. This is his 1977,
Oh
78
wow.
Topps rookie card, and he signed it for
oh,
me. How awesome is
that's
that?
cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
they were all like, "Why does this soldier in this random base on the other side of the world have a Walt Davis rookie card with him?"
Right.
But he was the
That's
Greyhound. He
dope.
was he was a Denver Nugget, so
Yeah.
I had
You
his
kept it.
card with me. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
got a whole one of them 80 by 10 pictures of him and all the other guys that were at this thing, along with Artist
Right.
Gilmore, who was, I mean, he's the first 7 foot person I ever met in my life. So that was pretty cool too.
That is cool.
I
That
will
is
show you
cool.
something. This ain't got nothing to do with basketball cards, but this is out of old collection. Y'all remember Burger King back in the day where they
Yeah.
had these
Mhm.
little Pokemon?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I sat here and I got every single one of them still here, and they still in.
Nice.
I was
Oh
like, duh. I picked these up from my mom's crib, and I was like, wait a minute now.
yeah,
I ain't seen these in a while. And
that's
they
Yeah.
still in
awesome.
their cases. I was like, man, that's
Yeah.
dope. But
Nice.
yeah, collection is just great. It's just great.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have
I wish I
comics, everything. Yeah, I love it
I
all.
wish I had I wish I had kept some of the comics that I had. I didn't keep any of them.
Oh man, I got a bunch of comics just
Oh
Do you?
yeah,
sitting
that's my whole
around.
wall over here is my comic books.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's
even got a
dope.
graded one that's really
I'm
nice.
gonna
Yeah.
tell you the most messed up story, and I know we on this collection, but the worst decision I made in my life in D Town, I tell you, and I'm kind of salty because me and D Town all the time, we couldn't leave Walmart without having a pack of cards, going to the
Cards. Yeah.
PX, getting a pack of cards or whatever. So we ended up making a deal back when it first started. Every time I pulled a Tim Duncan, This is when Tim Duncan was around, early night, first came in the rookie years. Every
Yeah.
time I pulled a Tim Duncan, and this was back when Grant Hill was dope, wasn't
Okay.
injured. I was giving him my Tim Duncan for every time he pulled a Grant Hill.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I would
Sound like a good thing.
Yeah.
Grant Hill gets injured.
Yeah.
And you see the injuries that he got, all this stuff, and then Tim Duncan is one of the greatest power forwards ever. Tim Duncan's card, skyrocket, Grant Hill's.
Grant Hill. That's a tragic story.
I'm so mad at that, bro. I'm still so
like one of the greatest that never was. Even he still had an amazing career, even though he had crazy injuries at the.
But
could you imagine if he didn't have the injuries? Could you imagine?
We'd be talking about him as one of the top 5 best players ever.
Yes, we would.
Two people that I'm sure we would be having a conversation about being in the top 5. Him and Penny Hardaway.
I was hoping you'd say Penny Hardaway. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. That's very true.
If not for Hardaway's knees, if he didn't have those injuries to his knees, oh gosh.
Can you imagine if him and Shaq had stayed together in Orlando and he hadn't gotten hurt?
It would have been so.
Especially after
after
Grant went there and stuff, and
we'll work and you know what? That changes the whole dynamic of the Eastern Conference in the 90s.
Sure.
Changes everything, right? And not saying that I believe that we probably would have had like a Chicago Bulls Orlando Magic rivalry.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think that would have been like a thing.
There's that period of time between like when Jordan retired and LeBron started getting good, where the Eastern Conference was just nothing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nothing. You could have like 50 wins in the Western Conference and miss the playoffs, and you could have 30 wins in the same season and be like a number 6
Eastern Conference. It was so bad.
Conference.
So bad.
They were so bad. It was such,
that's a fact.
It was so. I mean, there's so many seasons.
Back when they called it the Leastern Conference.
The Leastern Conference, yeah. And then those teams were all getting destroyed by the Lakers, and I mean, it was just.
Well, and one of the things that we have to forget about, when we mention the Eastern Conference, is I know like some of the younger people go back and be like, oh, like Jordan breezed through, like it was easy. Like I don't think you understand how the 80s looked. The Eastern Conference in the 80s was a totally different monster. I mean, even still in the 90s. But in the 80s?
One of Jordan's most famous, amazing games was that 64 or whatever he dropped against the Celtics.
63 against the Celtics. Yep.
They lost that game.
Yeah.
He scored 63.
Scored 63 and they lost.
And I think they still got swept by the Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah.
They hadn't even made it to the conference finals and started getting whooped by the Pistons and stuff. And Jordan had to take his lumps in the Eastern Conference with those bad boys in Detroit.
And that was the same year when he dropped 63. Was the same year he came off of he was out that whole season with that injury.
Yeah,
so he only played like 12 games that year in the season, and then he played the playoffs. They barely made the playoffs without him.
Right. Well, even the Cleveland Cavaliers were giving him hell at the beginning of his
at that time.
Yeah. The Cavaliers were nasty.
That East used to be rough. People don't understand. That East wasn't. You talk about. I hate the thing when people try to say he played against plumbers. We're not talking about the '60s and people had a day job and they came out.
Not Bill Russell,
'50s. They had a day job, then they came and played at night. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a time where people were getting drafted out of college, had big name players come right out of college.
Yeah.
And it was just jam packed with a lot of during the time where it's big men, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you had the guards and everything, and it wasn't an easy task for them boys to play. And I ain't just talking about Jordan, I'm talking about anybody during that time. It wasn't an easy task to get out the East.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I say is like I feel like Jordan was so responsible for like globalizing. Like, not necessarily globalizing, I feel like, but he changed basketball in so many ways. But one of the things we have to remember, and I don't think it's talked about enough, is how important that Magic,
Oh, yeah.
Laker,
Yeah.
and Bird,
Oh, yeah.
Celtic, how important that was in the early '80s. Like
Yes. It
to
was huge.
make, because that was a show, right?
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
The Lakers would put on a show. Larry Bird would put on a show. Although
Well,
they were so
you
skilled.
had the ABA superstars that were coming in with like
Yes.
Julius Irving, and then
Irving,
And
exactly.
Sixers
people
had
often
Moses Malone and Johnny Dawkins,
I was
and
about to say
Yeah.
people often overlook because the Lakers and Celtics played each other so
oh,
much
Dr. J
that
was my
other teams
favorite back
got
in the
overlooked. But the
Yeah.
Sixers were tough.
Yeah.
The
Reese
Yeah.
Sixers,
Oh man,
yeah, they were tough.
yeah.
Then you had the Milwaukee Bucks, they were tough. It was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, Bird and them got up, but they played some hard,
Yeah. Well,
Oh
some
yeah.
tough boys
and
back
even
then.
in the Western Conference, the Nuggets were, if the Lakers didn't have Kareem and James Worthy and Byron Scott and Magic Johnson, the Nuggets would have gone to championships back in the day
Right.
too, because they
Yep.
had Alex English and Fat Lever and Michael
I was about to
Adams.
say that Fat Lever, Alex
Oh,
English,
Fat
yep.
Lever! I used to have a Fat Lever
Yeah.
T-shirt. Yeah, he was my guy. You know.
Fat Lever
Oh,
was a beast boy, yeah.
Michael Adams, he was the best 3-point shooter in the NBA back in the day. And yeah, there was some,
There was so
and then
many tough teams back then, man.
you can't even, you have to mention John Stockton and Karl Malone in Utah.
Carmelo, yeah, for
They were
sure.
killing it back then. Yeah, there was some
Right.
great teams back in the 80s. So Jordan
Yeah.
has, the NBA has him to thank for a lot of this. But
Oh yeah.
I think that he inherited some good stuff from
Yeah.
Julius Irving, from Magic Johnson, from Larry Bird, and Kareem.
Right.
You know what Kareem was doing with the Bucks before he even went to the Lakers, and you had Bill Walton and
Like,
what he was doing in Milwaukee, or with the Celtics, and when he went to
mhm.
Milwaukee. I mean, he was
Milwaukee.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
Like I think Magic and Bird started making the
yeah, oh yeah.
NBA during that era a lot popular to watch, and then
Well, that's
Jordan
when,
took it
yeah.
global.
Well, the
That's what
NBA
ended
didn't
up
even,
happening.
yeah, the NBA didn't
Televised.
even broadcast their games live before
Live.
Magic
Yeah.
and Bird.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so
Yeah,
Magic and Bird, they ushered in that popularity for especially
yeah. It
stateside,
was,
but
yeah,
Jordan
there was
just took it to a global
two.
level that made it a global sport
Yeah.
of what it is now. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So they all had a big part in creating what the
Yeah.
NBA has
Oh, and
become and
Jordan, I
what the
mean,
branding
every
is.
one
Yeah.
of us in the seventh grade had knockoff Kmart Jordan shoes and stuff. I mean, we, God, it was just, we all had his posters and stuff. I mean, Jordan was, it didn't matter. I mean, you
Yeah.
And
bought the
they
weed because you wanted the different posters. You can make the poster of him in the slam dunk contest looking like, you know, he's
oh
defying
yeah.
gravity and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
The most, you know,
Or
that
the
iconic
The
photo.
Nike Jordan poster where he was in the
Yeah.
playground doing
Yeah.
his dunk move.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
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 So it's just he elevated the game to a different level, but it was starting already to kind of trend
Hmm.
popularity because of Magic and Bird. But Jordan
Oh,
took
Right.
it to another
absolutely.
level,
Absolutely.
and it just became what it is now. So it's just like, and of course Jordan he ended up changing the game with the shoes because they used to not
Oh,
wear
yeah.
their own
Oh
signature
yeah.
shoes, and they only wore Converse and
Yeah.
Chuck Taylors and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when he came in, they didn't want him to do that, and you
Well,
know
they
they
didn't want him to
like
be an individual. Yeah. They
yeah,
wanted,
and
yeah.
yeah. So he
Well,
individualized it. So you
Yeah.
yeah.
know,
Well, because he made more money from endorsements than made playing
oh yeah,
basketball.
yes, especially
Like
during that time.
Oh,
yeah,
he's still making like, they
He's
said he's
still
still making like 12 million a day or something ridiculous like that from
that's
the
nuts.
shoe endorsements. Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's an
Jordan's the biggest
obscene
brand
amount of,
shoe against the
ever
biggest shoe brand.
it's a stupid amount of money. I mean,
right.
it's
Because
imagine,
we forget it's a Nike. We just it's a
yeah,
Jordan.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you just call them
yeah,
Jordans.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Air Jordans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not Nikes.
but
They're Air
Air
Jordans.
Jordans.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he did branch. They kind of branched into that realm. Nike still is the parent company, but
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Jordan is his own entity
Yeah,
there.
but we
Like,
forget. We
yeah, we
forget
did
Nike
definitely. It started
was
out
the
Nike Jordans,
yeah
Nike Air
yeah.
Jordans,
We forget that Nike was the and here's the thing. Nike
and the
was not
website
a
then changed to Jumpman 23.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we forget Nike wasn't a who. Nobody knew who
Nope.
No, they were
Nike
going out of
was.
business. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knew what Nike was. So
Yeah.
you know what I
Well,
mean?
then, yeah. And after he came along, then the Chuck Taylors were for skateboarders
Yep,
He
yep,
changed
and
that. Yeah.
stoners and stuff who were hanging out
yep.
in the smoking sections at schools.
It
Man.
just the shoe game is as much important to the NBA as some of the players too,
Yeah, it
right?
really
Like
is.
we think about the shoe game. Like
Oh yeah.
I remember having a pair of Gary Payton shoes, the ones that wrap around. I think they called them the
Yeah,
glove.
the gloves. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
I had
Yep, the gloves or the
I had
not only that,
Ed,
but one of the
Eddie
other famous
Jones.
the foam posits, the Penny Hardaways, the foam
Oh, the Penny
posits,
Hardaways. Yeah,
or you
yeah.
had the Grant Hill with the big air on the side.
Side. Yeah,
Man, that was
Or
so popular back in
or
those
even like
days.
Stefan Marbury had those cheap shoes, the
yeah,
really inexpensive shoes and
Oh, the
stuff.
Starberries. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
yeah. That was
Starberry. Yeah,
who
those,
made
those were
the
cool.
it wasn't
Was that
and one,
Reebok?
was it? No,
Hmm.
it was an off brand, I thought.
It was.
I
I
thought.
thought it was Walmart or Kmart shoe or something like
Let me
that. I
see.
Yeah,
can't
I
remember.
I'm
thought it
pretty
was
sure it
something
was
like that.
Walmart. Let me look it up.
But Shaq even did that. Shaq, when he came out
Yeah,
with his shoe, he went straight to Walmart.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then
that
he did
yeah.
the
He did.
Reebok.
yeah.
Then he went with Reebok and did the
Mhm.
Shaq Gnosis. And
Yeah.
then Grant Hill had some nice shoes. Um they had a whole bunch of shoe game. Allen Iverson's
Oh
Allen
yeah.
Iverson's had some fire ones when he came out.
Well, I even like the bird and the magic Converses when they first came out with those. You had the green ones and you had the yellow
The
ones.
yellow
Those were
ones,
Oh
yeah.
cool.
yeah, yeah. I think Strawberry was like its own shoe.
Was it
Like
his own?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't like it was just like a strawberry. Just that was it. It had the
Well, I
little
remember the
star.
media. I
Just
remember how much
Mm-hmm.
the media hated him, and then he
oh,
did that, and it was so hard for them to find it
a
in
way
their.
to hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like,
They
Yeah,
made him to be
oh,
bad.
but
They
we
made
still
him to
hate
be a
him.
bad, worse
They
than what he
needed him.
was, because
Yeah,
he
they
didn't
wanted
do
yeah.
him to
nothing
be
to
a bad
I
nobody.
don't
guy.
and I don't know why they wanted to make him a villain.
Yeah,
They
he
did the
didn't
same
do.
thing with Allen Iverson too, man. The
Yeah,
media was so hard on those two. I think more than
Yeah, they
any
were.
professional athlete in basketball, anyways, is they tried to vilify both Iverson and Stephon
yeah,
And
Marbury.
it's crazy because like in football they did like the
With Randy
total
Moss.
opposite. Like the people you would think that they would make a villain, like they
Yeah.
like like look at Lawrence Taylor, right? Like
Oh, he
he
should be the
like
biggest villain. Yeah, he's
right
a
you
garbage
but he
humor.
wasn't a villain,
Man.
right?
yeah. He was
He's a
beloved,
horrible
definitely.
dude, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
like I mean, he talked about like I mean, imagine this. Imagine they know
My boy's
that
coked out.
you want to hurry up so you can go smoke some crack.
or Carl
Cracked
Malone.
out.
Carl
Yeah.
Malone with
Oh
getting a
God.
14-year-old
Oh,
girl pregnant and stuff,
bro,
man.
that
He should have been the villain of the NBA, man. He should have been the
yeah,
one they were going after. But they're like, oh,
yeah,
look, he drives a truck to work every day. He drives an
yeah.
18-wheeler to work.
That's
He's a
you know,
country boy.
and
Yeah, he's
and
a redneck.
But it's the whole persona that Allen
Yeah.
Iverson and them had, coming into the league, old thug type
We
ordeal.
talk about
Not
their
they didn't
posse.
wear suit and ties. They
perceptions
were
reality.
They got to
Yep.
bring their crew with them to the
Yep.
games and
Yeah,
stuff. And they have, and then
Yeah.
Stern changed their dress codes and
code.
stuff. And you're like,
Yes,
come
yes,
on. You
yeah,
guys are focusing on the wrong freaking thing here.
Really. And
yes,
he's
for
one of
sure.
the and he was one of the most beloved athletes, fan
Oh,
base wise. But you
that's
wanted to
the only
try to make
jersey I
him
own that isn't an actual. Yeah, he's my favorite non-Nugget of all time, Allen Iverson. Even though then he played
Alan,
for them for a couple of years, yeah,
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 he did play there.
yeah.
which
Yep.
was wonderful. But yeah, he was my favorite. Him and Dr. J. I don't know what it is
Okay.
about Philadelphia athletes.
Man, Dr. J was just smooth.
Dr.
Man.
J, that was
smooth
my
brother, bro.
poster. I had the finger
Smooth
roll.
brother, man.
You had the
roll poster on my
finger
Dr.
roll.
J is just iconic. That's all it is. It's like
that poster
That
was
might
up
be
on my
the
wall. And I
prettiest
was in
finger
the 7th.
roll ever.
That was so
unless
smooth.
you're talking about George Gervin.
Yeah, or the dunk
George
that he
Gervin
did
with that
over
nasty.
Michael
He had a
Cooper.
nasty finger roll.
Yeah, George Gervin. Yeah, he had a nasty finger roll
Yeah,
too.
the Iceman. Come on, that's just the coolest name ever. That's the coolest name.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Iceman.
Yeah, that is.
Man, we sat here, talked about everything. We ain't even got into this
We
football.
didn't even talk about football.
None. We ain't talk about Flacco being traded to Cincinnati.
Oh man.
We ain't talk about Shador being number 2 in Cleveland. Cleveland possibly talking about calling up somebody from the practice squad to be number 2.
Wait,
Cleveland is
no,
such a dumpster
on,
fire,
man.
bro.
Gonna have Chad
Cleveland
Powers.
is such a
Come
dumpster
on,
fire.
man. Really, y'all? They trying their hardest to just. At this point, it ain't got nothing to do with his game. Y'all trying y'all hardest just to make that man a villain. That's what they villainizing him, and he ain't did nothing.
That is, and that's another example of a team that's just taken advantage of their fan base, because those Browns fans are just loyal to the fault.
Look,
and they're just a joke. I mean,
just trade that man to the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Just trade Shador to Oakland, because Oakland ain't got nobody there.
Yeah. Oh, Gino's just terrible this year.
Terrible. Gino is horrible.
He has thrown so many interceptions this year. Is terrible, man.
I don't know what game he playing, because it sure enough ain't the NFL.
They could have left him in Seattle.
Man, for real.
But they beat the Chiefs.
That's true. Speaking of that, you seen? Give props to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Give props to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
my guy,
and Trevor Lawrence with that Superman win. He fell down and got up and then ran into the end zone. I said, "Okay, go ahead, Trevor."
And then the video of Chris Smith just standing there watching him score.
Oh yeah.
Chris,
you talking about Chris? Was Jones or something?
I'm sorry, Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
I think is his name. But he was just kind of like he just was out of it on that play.
I think that's like a symbolic, symbol of the Chiefs right now. Is just they're just watching the world pass them by right now. Because I mean, you got to talk about the AFC South now, because you've got Indiana Jones and you've got Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter. He looked like he was making some fun plays.
He made some solid catches, and
he
was
really
solid defensively.
That were amazing.
Yeah, facts.
And he was doing good on defense. I mean, the Boise State, to their detriment, because they still think their guy should have won the Heisman. They're still like trolling him. They're like, oh, they're just talking about snap cans for Travis Henry again. I'm like, guys, come on, move on.
He is really making. He is changing. He's doing well, very well.
Yeah.
He's having so much fun. God, I mean, I've never seen him without a big smile on his face. And they had after he won
that's
the
one
Heisman,
thing about him that I like is that he's always trying to keep his head up through everything, bro. Like
there was
through all the adversity in college.
There was a story I read about him where he was flying back from winning the Heisman or something, and he landed. He was sitting next to this old lady on the plane and stuff, and she talked about him and stuff, and took a picture, and it was him. And I guess she showed up at the game the other day.
She was at the game. Yeah,
that was so cool.
That's dope.
She was at the game.
But he might be another one they're trying to vilify just for whatever reason, And it's just like
for being happy. Just for being happy.
Trying their hardest. They're trying their hardest.
Right.
They're trying their hardest. They're trying to assassinate a character that you can't.
Shador Sanders, I think Jameis Winston falls into that category. I mean, why aren't you guys doing everything to get Jameis Winston a starting position somewhere? Because he's doing everything right.
And the thing about it is, he's a great character guy, man. I would love to have a Jameis Wilson on my team.
I would love
that
to just have a Jameis
it just
Winston
feels,
and a family
bro,
a
yeah, like
friend.
for real, like they just
Yeah.
kind of like he's just one of them personalities that just kind of like elevates your
Yeah.
morale. Like
Yeah.
he don't
He
care
does
if you
like
lose or
motivational
anything
speeches
like
on
that, but he's
TikTok
just
right
so
now.
he's a
Yeah.
definite leader. He's a definite
Yeah.
leader.
Oh, he
for
is.
sure.
And you never would have figured that because of how everything went down when he was in Florida State, because of some stupid decisions that he made as a, early 20s kid that we all make,
Right.
and they just branded him as being, that villain. And it
Yeah.
turns out he's one of the best dudes in the room, so
Yeah.
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 just stop it. Because these guys, I think Shedeur Sanders would be the same way. Travis Hunter definitely is that way. I mean, yeah,
Well,
these are good.
it's
These are
it's
good.
like even
Good.
when it's not Shedeur Sanders' fault. Like, for example, who was it? A former coach. I can't remember who it was,
Rex
and
Ryan?
they had asked
Rick
they
Ryan.
no, not the Rex Ryan
No.
thing,
Oh, okay.
but it was another coach that they had talked to, and they asked they asked that coach, what do you think about the Shedeur situation issue? And he was like, well, Shedeur shouldn't be answering, having no media talk and all of that. He needs to be focused on. And I'm like, hold on, he can't. So he can't control who comes
Yeah.
to interview him.
The NFL
And
makes
and
them
they make
answer
them do the
questions.
interviews.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
That
So
was the whole thing
you're
with
mad at
Marshawn
him
Lynch.
for
I'm
them
here so I don't
making
get fined.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
so
I love that.
so what do you so and
Another
then
villain they tried to
if
shove down our throat. Yeah.
right, if he doesn't talk, he's it's an issue. If he talks, he needs to shut up.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
And if
It's
you
a
do,
lose
then if you don't.
lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's why he
Yeah,
did the whole mime thing. I thought that was perfect.
I
Yeah.
did too. You told me to shut
Yeah.
up.
You told me to
Y'all
shut
told
up.
me to
Well,
shut
I'm not
up.
talking. And then they're
I'm
like,
shutting
oh,
up. Now
that's
that
not
now
how
that you
Oh, now he's
now I need to grow
immature.
up
that's
because
not how a quarterback is supposed to act. And you're like, oh
and
my
and
God.
and that's where Dan Orlovsky pissed me off because it's like, dude, the biggest thing you're known for is running out the back of the end zone and not knowing you were in the back of the end zone. Right. How do you not know? And here's the thing.
Oh
He
man.
really thought he was in bounds. He was still looking up
Right.
the
He was still
field while
playing.
he's running out of bounds.
Poor Dan.
Come on, Dan Orlovsky.
Poor
Hey, I
Dan
like Dan,
Orlovsky.
but yeah.
I do too, but yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
when
his
he was
takes
wrong,
be
yeah, you got to still, yeah,
sometimes
you got
his
to
Yeah,
takes be out
man.
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, I would just love for the media to not want to make villains out of people that are not villains.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
there are some people that want that role. Give them that. There's some people that want the role as a villain.
Sure.
James Harrison absolutely wanted to be a villain. He
It was that
had,
Bengals linebacker, yeah, the Bengals
yeah.
linebacker that was taking people's heads off
Well,
and stuff. A couple of
What is his
Pittsburgh. I mean,
name?
he played the season with the Bengals.
Pridgeons or something like that. I can't remember his name, but yeah,
Oh yeah, I know. I remember who you're talking about.
Bengals
I
But
think he
linebacker.
got like banned or something like that, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's some like
yeah.
Jack Tatum stuff. Yeah,
Like, don't. I mean, and if you want to be the villain, that's cool. Don't be like a Kellen Winslow Jr. or nothing like that. That that guy.
Don't be
This
that
is
guy.
war. I was whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, buddy. No, I think you think it's really war. It's not, man.
yeah.
Kellen, I
What?
think
Jail
This
now?
is
Kellen
football.
Winslow Jr. really thought that he was, I feel sorry for Senior because he was really good with the San Diego Chargers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Kellen
a
Winslow
But,
Jr. had
top 5 all
plenty of
time.
potential. I don't know what
oh
he.
yeah, Kellen Winslow Jr. He was a beast at Miami.
Yeah, he
But
had plenty of potential. He just crazy.
but he had some mental things going on. Clearly,
Didn't he go to jail or something like that?
yeah, he's still in
Isn't
jail.
he in jail? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
he's
I
like
mean,
Aaron
yeah,
Hernandez.
don't be that guy. If you want to be a villain, don't be him. Okay. He wanted to be a villain, but unfortunately, he took it a little too
That's
seriously.
right.
A little too seriously.
He said, "This ain't
Um,
acting, son."
That's right. We're just
um, Before we get out of here, do y'all have anything y'all want to promote? Anything y'all want to talk about?
I do.
What you got?
The reason that I stayed up until this morning to watch NHL hockey, the Avalanche played the Kings in Los Angeles, which of
Mm-hmm.
course meant that the game started at 10:30. Gabriel Landeskog is the captain of the Avalanche. Um, he sliced his knee open in 2020. Actually, one of his teammates did it during the playoffs, and I mean, he almost died because it was such a nasty cartilage cut. Um, Came back the next year because hockey players are tough. Played in
Mm-hmm.
like 50 games, and we're talking like he contributed. He scored like 30 goals. He had like 29 assists. Played another 20 games in the playoffs. We win the Stanley Cup. Okay. Then he has surgery after the season. He's out for 2 full years. Okay. Because I mean, they literally had to give him a cartilage transplant because his
Mm-hmm.
knee was so messed up from just getting almost sliced. He almost got his leg sliced off by another player's
Oof.
skate.
Yeah.
But last night he took the face off at
Mm-hmm.
center ice, which is amazing. So that was worth staying up, seeing our captain after everything he's gone
Thing he's
through
been
for the
through,
last
right?
3 or 4 years, getting better. He looked solid. He got into a fight with another player in the preseason. He was John at other players last night. He was back to his old form and stuff.
Right.
So hockey's back. The captain's back. I'm loving it. Avalanche are winning it all this year. Cool.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Shout out to you brought up the Avalanche. Shout out to Stan Kroenke, owner,
Yes. Oh, you
because
saw him with the Rams jerseys on. Oh,
This is a
yeah.
bad time to be a Rams fan right now.
I wasn't digging that, but
Hey,
Wow.
hey,
I
hey,
was wondering. We almost
hey,
went the whole episode.
hey. We not doing that.
What I
Okay.
do?
I was respectful. I've been
What I
respectful.
did? You've been throwing
Can I
Been
shots
just
respectful.
say
all
something?
for the last few weeks at the 49ers.
I
Sometimes you
think
sneak something in.
I think the world could learn from us right here. Okay, we
Look at
have a Rams
what
fan and we have a 49ers fan,
Yeah.
and we are still having cordial conversations. We're
Yes.
still being respectful to each other. Why can't the politicians who have shut down our government do the same thing that we're doing right now?
Agreed.
Right there. They could learn from us right there.
Yeah.
So
They could. They
hats
could.
That's
off to
not.
you two for
That's
being
a
the
whole
better
nother
men.
can of worms, boy. I tell you, but yeah, you're right. Because one thing about sports,
Get your
man,
stuff
like if
together.
if people are really like we die hard fans of sports, but the thing about it is sports are not bigger than a person. You know
No.
what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
there's no reason to take. You can have fun, joke, be jovial.
Mm-hmm.
Competition, talk all the smack you want to talk about each other's teams and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, it's supposed to be. It's something to try to help us come together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like if you got a goal, we fans. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gary likes a different team. I like a different team. Will likes a different team. People are like that. We talk about the Cowboys, all fun and games and loves. I mean, I'm not a Cowboy fan, so yes, I don't like the
Hey.
Cowboys. I don't
I'm
even know why I'm mentioning them. But at the end of the day, even if I see a Cowboy fan, which I've known plenty of people, I can
Sure.
have a
mm-hmm.
respectable conversation. I can talk my stuff. They talk their stuff. It is what it is.
And we
At the
keep it
end of the
moving.
day,
Yeah.
keep it moving. You live life. I don't
Yeah.
know why we got this, you know, I don't like
Yeah.
getting into the politics and stuff, but stuff
Yeah.
like that, like your whole goal is to try to make this world, this
Make this shit work.
make
Yeah.
area that we are in, this America where we live, y'all supposed to try to do everything to make it easy and good for all of us to live in.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But this whole
Yep.
pointing fingers at each other and not getting your job done, man, imagine if we were sitting there at our regular 9 to 5 job arguing with this side about something and this side arguing with us all day and we ain't got none of our work done. Where we gonna be
Yeah.
at the end of the day?
You're
We
gonna
gonna
have
be
Exactly.
sent
everybody
home
crying.
fired and ain't
Mhm.
got no job to go to the next day because
That's
we
right.
ain't productive at our
Yeah.
job.
Yep.
So it's just
Well,
like for y'all to be able to do what y'all do, get paid the amount of money that y'all get paid, to run a government, and y'all
Mhm.
can't do your job. Y'all can't come together. Y'all can't see eye to eye on any issues that y'all know is pertinent to this country. It makes no sense. Like all that pointing fingers, we don't care about y'all pointing fingers. Get
Nope.
something done so we can live our lives, man. Like
Yeah.
we just trying to live.
For
Y'all
your
holding us
people,
up.
which
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
y'all
and we
holding
got
us
we
up.
got soldiers that aren't getting paid because they're
Yep.
not doing their job. We got vital government agencies that aren't open, and even non-vital. Even the national parks being open is BS.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
there's no reason. I mean, you know what you have to do November 4th, okay?
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah.
get these clowns out of here. We need to
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
new people to lead our country
To lead
because
our
the way
country.
it's going right now, these are just finger pointers. They're not
Yeah.
actual
I mean,
people making
my
decisions.
mom's affected by this. She
Yeah.
works on post, and I
Mhm.
asked her, I'm like, "You gonna be good?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'll be all right."
Yeah.
But it sucks that she has to worry about that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so
We
it's
can
like
go
I'm not gonna go do anything, right?
Yeah.
Because
And
I don't know.
ridiculous.
it's bad because bills don't go away. You still got to pay
Nope.
your
No. Yeah.
mortgage, your rent, whatever it is by the end of the. You
Yeah.
still got
Bank
to.
will
Life
freeze.
still
Yeah.
goes on while y'all
Mm.
playing
Yep.
with everybody's time and money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't care
Knock it
what
off.
side of the fence you on. Y'all get it together, man.
Get
Like
your
Yeah.
act together. Yeah.
Yeah.
one thing about it is like this is affecting a lot of people's livelihoods, and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it
it's just
sucks. Get
stupid.
it
It's
together.
stupid.
Get it
That's not
together.
that's not why we put you there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Um.
saying? So it's just so dumb.
You're
It's just so
fired,
Thank
dumb.
right?
thank you
And
for
that's the
bringing that
thing.
up, Gary. I appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yeah, for real, for real, for
Um.
real. And go B
Um.
team, 49ers B team.
To everybody that listens to the show, appreciate you.
Yeah.
All of our supporters, appreciate you. I appreciate you, Gary. I appreciate you, Adrian, for joining me
Oh
every
yeah,
week
most
for the
definitely.
pod.
Most definitely.
And we will see y'all back here next week.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
Y'all have a
Good
good
show.
one.
All
You
right.
too.
Peace.
All right, peace.